For romantics, signing your wedding document might be the official confirmation of your love for your partner. The world will now forever know that you belong together. But when you're not allowed to marry the love of your life, there's no such tangible evidence. Or might signing a business partnership contract be the most romantic statement of love you can make? Hi, and welcome to my messy little studio. This is the second video on Gidia van Hoorn. If you're curious about the first part, and you are, you can hopefully click somewhere on this screen and watch it. There I learned about the influence of first wave feminism on Gidia and about her connection to Vincent van Gogh. This video, however, starts less optimistic. It starts with death. We left Gidia an independent motorcycling woman who had probably discovered she liked girls better than boys. She didn't marry, nor did her sister, and both of them still lived at home as old spinsters in their 30s and 40s. Why her sister remained unmarried is unknown, but Gidia had what at the time could be called a particular friend, Anna van Stratum. I had this piece of glass, but the shape was really difficult, you can see, with really straight angles. And I have this electric saw, which I used to saw the difficult corner, which I already did here. And after that, I cut off the remaining pieces. Anna was the daughter of a textile producer. They came from the same social class and lived in different villages, but just about 20-minute ride from each other. How they met, I don't know. Maybe Gidia passed by on her motorcycle and almost ran into Anna. That would be really great meet cute. But it's probably more likely that they met through mutual friends. It seems that the two women grew really close in the 1910s. How do I actually know for sure that Gidia and Anna had a romantic relationship? Well, I'm not 100% sure, I can't be. But I have some strong circumstantial evidence which I will elaborate on in different parts of this video. The first piece of evidence is, of course, two women living together without ever marrying. The other is that throughout the years, whenever I mentioned I was researching on Gidia, different family members who weren't siblings or knew each other very, very well told me unprompted that everybody in the family assumed that Anna and Gidia were in a relationship, but it was all like hush-hush. Anna lived in Geldrop and was the second youngest of 12 children. Her older sisters got a year of education at a convent school quite far away. They worked temporary jobs as servants outside the village and eventually got married. Anna, however, never left the family home. She stayed in the house while her sisters and brothers went away and came back, even after their parents died around 1905. Then Anna's sister unfortunately died in childbirth. After her sister's death, Anna moved in with her brother-in-law's family. Must have been really difficult for Anna and her brother-in-law Kaspar and the little children who were left behind. Kaspar was a butcher and presumably Anna helped out with the little children and in the shop as well. Maybe it was there that she got the idea of a shop of her own. While World War I raged in countries all around the Netherlands, the country itself remained neutral and peaceful, but not without problems. Meanwhile, for Gidia, things were about to change. In 1916, within a couple of months from each other, both her parents died. even though this must have been a very sad occurrence, Gidia's parents were already quite old. Their passing, and maybe also her inheritance, triggered Gidia and Anna to make a plan to finally leave home. The next layer, I was inspired by my dad's memoirs, where he wrote that Aunt Gidia had her apartment floor decorated with circles which were made out of toe prints. So what you see here is my toe making prints on the glass. I did a bit of experimenting before I was pleased with the result. So it became first a bit messy and then I found my way. The women bought, or maybe Anna already owned, a plot of land in Geldrop. They designed a plan to build 2 houses to rent out and a shop with a top floor apartment, which was meant for themselves. The whole plan was built by Anna's brother. You can see the building right here on the right. The shop is on the corner. I just wish that the 2 women stood in front of it and, that we could see their faces with the shop. In the shop they sold all kinds of goods, including cigars, which Gidia liked to smoke as well. She was a cigar-smoking, motorcycling woman. Gidia and Anna couldn't marry, but they made their commitment to each other official by signing a business registry at the Chamber of Commerce. This contract is the only official legal connection between the 2 of them. Did they see it as romantic when they signed it? Were they giddy and enthusiastic about committing their lives to each other? Did they celebrate? I hope they did. This moment inspired my next artwork about Gidia. Gidia, the independent, tough woman, starting the life of her dreams with the girl of her dreams. I wanted to picture Gidia as the new modern woman. Just a year after Gidia had moved with Anna to Geldrop, disaster struck my family. This man is my great-grandfather J.F. van Hoorn, one of Gidia's brothers. I have heard and found only few stories about them. None of them were great. He lived across from the family's famous watermill where Gidia used to live. And he used to have some shop, but I also read somewhere that it went bankrupt. And according to my father, he was an alcoholic. And as Gidia moved to Geldrop, this brother, JF, died. After that, his wife Christina tried to move on with her family of 7 children. In 1918, the Spanish flu broke out in the Netherlands. An all too familiar image in the 2020s. Christina fell ill and passed away in October. On her death note it says, flu. My grandmother and her siblings were now orphans. The family decided to split the children up, dividing them over aunts, uncles and grandparents. Some of the children were treated well, but others were less fortunate. The youngest, the then 3-year-old Gidia, or Giet, was sent to famous Aunt Gidia, because of the names clearly, yeah. Totally and unexpected and unplanned, Gidia was now a mother. What was she like as a mother? And was Anna also acting as a mother or not? How did they manage their secret romance while there was a child around? Then I made a wire, which I am going to attach to the glass by using copper foil and soldering the copper foil with the wire onto the glass. And after that, I finish the whole piece of glass off with copper foil, which is called the Tiffany technique. And I solder that all nice together. The foil is kind of like a tape. It has a sticky side to it and you can put it on the glass. When the glass is warm, it sticks to it better. So I warm it up a little bit with a blow dryer. And then I smoothen the whole tape out as smooth as I can by using my fingernail. It's very satisfying. I do like the effect of the copper foil technique, the Tiffany technique, and the possibilities that it has. It gives you very small lines, much smaller than when you use lead profiles. But I don't like the fact that you need to solder everything, and then a lot of vapors come from this soldering, and they are poisonous. And even though I'm wearing a mask and I have like a suction machine, I'm still getting kind of paranoid about my health. Gidia was known as a masculine kind of woman. She rode a motorcycle and she smoked cigars, and secretly she might not even have identified as female. And I personally don't think she wanted to have children. Anna was softer, I heard, but whenever I asked about Anna, people had a lot less to say about her. That doesn't mean that she was a boring person. She might even have been the driving force behind the relationship. But I think Gidia had more presence, was more eccentric and interesting to talk about. And there are more eccentrics like that in my family. Anna was introduced to the Van Hoorn family as the housekeeper, even though they were equal business partners. Maybe Gidia was also portrayed as Anna's housekeeper in Anna's family. And how did they keep that up with little Giet walking around the house? This art installation is going to consist out of several pieces of glass, and I'm also using pieces I had left over from my previous project, my previous work on Gidia, and I am integrating them in this one. For each piece of glass I need to make a little eye so you can hang it up, and I make this out of wire, coiling it around a small brush, and then using the Tiffany technique to attach it to each piece of glass. I sand the edges of each piece a little bit because that improves the stickiness of the copper foil. Gidia, maybe supported by Anna, found a way to raise Giet. I think they thought this was a respectable solution fitting their class. It meant that Giet was sent to boarding schools. I heard she went to boarding schools abroad in Germany and Belgium, which was not too far from where they lived. And she also sent teenage Giet to the same boarding school Gidia went to when she was a young teenager. And only on the weekends was Giet allowed to come home. This way, Anna and Gidia could live their lives together largely undisturbed, and Giet got a proper education. This must have been quite horrible for little Giet, to be on her own so young, and it probably affected her for the rest of her life. However, I do think Gidia cared for Giet and thought that this was the best solution in the circumstances. After a short period of fighting and the destructive bombing of Rotterdam, where I live now, the Dutch surrendered in May 1940 and Nazi Germany took over the Netherlands. The Nazis pursued and murdered homosexuals, so this must have scared Anna and Gidia, who were in their late 50s. It probably made them even more secretive about their relationship. During the occupation in the Netherlands, a minority group of people, also in Geldrop, were supporting actively the Nazi regime and joined local National Socialist groups. But even in a small village as Geldrop, there was quite active resistance. Due to food shortages, there was a complicated coupon system. It meant that people were only allowed to buy a certain amount of food with a coupon that matched the amount and the moment of purchase. Shop owners had to collect the coupons and bring them to distribution centers to have them checked before they were allowed a set amount of new supplies. This took a lot of work, and it must have taken Anna and Gidia also a lot of administration and a lot of work to put all the coupons on a flyer and then deliver it to the distribution center, which was also in Geldrop. And up to late 1944, the system worked well for dividing products equally amongst the population. Unfortunately, people who were in hiding did not get any coupons, making it difficult for their helpers to get enough food. Sometimes these helpers would buy produce secretly from farmers who often charged ridiculously high prices. But also the resistance would try to falsify coupons and make deals with helpful shop owners. They even robbed the local distribution center successfully. There is no proof that Gidia and Anna and their shop helped people who came to buy food or supplies with them, but I would like to think they did. The women kept a low profile, and I don't blame them. I am not a very brave person either. The war in this part of Brabant ended a half year earlier than in the rest of the Netherlands, as the village was almost in the heart of Operation Market Garden. This Allied offensive was one of the largest airdrops in the Second World War. British, Canadian and American soldiers were dropped in the region, attacking local German groups. In Geldrop, there was relatively little fighting as the Nazis left. There was one civilian who got shot in their street, while Anna and Gidia were probably hiding in their house and waiting for it to all be over. Interestingly enough, General Montgomery set up headquarters in Geldrop, and even President Eisenhower and Prime Minister Winston Churchill visited the village to discuss strategy throughout the end of the war. After the war, life slowly went back to normal, and this is the period that is still remembered by the family and the neighbors. Thanks to them, some peculiarities about the two women come to light. Like, they always went to church on Sundays, but they went to different churches and at different times. And when they would pass each other in the street, they would ignore each other. This is kind of weird. Were Sundays the days where they felt like they lived in sin, and were they punishing themselves for it? Now it's time to solder all these pieces, and I use a soldering liquid which is called flux, and I paint it all over the copper foil, otherwise the solder won't stick. Coiling it around a small brush, and then using the Tiffany technique to attach it to each piece of glass. After soldering, all the edges get this silvery shine color metal look, and I didn't want that, so I used some metal paint to paint all the pieces. Some I painted red and some I painted blue. I found some online undergarments which are from the 1900s until about the 1950s, which is the period where Anna and Gidia, the periods between, were together, and they probably wore underskirts like these under their dresses. My father, as a young boy, especially remembered an incident where he accidentally looked up under Gidia's skirt on the stairs and claimed that he saw her pink underpants. And Gidia laughed and stated, "But I never wear underpants." By embroidering these undergarments with their signatures, their names, and a little heart even, I expose their little secret, and I'm quite literally hanging out the dirty laundry. I mentioned Anna and Gidia signing a business contract at the Chamber of Commerce. And these are their actual signatures. So this is the most romantic thing they ever did, signing their business contract together and writing their names under it. And you can see Anna has a really nice handwriting, and Gidia, she has more of a fast, flowy, hurried kind of signature. In 1958, Gidia dies of cancer. I have recovered her prayer card, which is a card given out to the mourners after the funeral. And on it, she has dictated her last words. These are, "Dear Anna, my foster daughter and my family, I thank you that you have made the effort and sacrifices to take care of me at home." When Anna dies 10 years later, her prayer card mentions the family Van Hoorn in the line where usually the name of the family-in-law is written. After all the elements are finished, I hang them in a construction in my studio. I am using some nylon wire and some vintage clothing pins that I found, or laundry pins, I don't know how you call them. And I hang everything up. I still have some adjustment to do, and the bottom skirt is kind of difficult to get it to hang straight in the beginning. And then it's finished. It is still in my studio, which is not the best space to see it or film it or experience it. But in September there will be an exhibition in Amsterdam where it will be in a really nice big space where the work can be experienced the way I like it to. So tell me, do you think they had a romantic relationship or not? I think they did. And I hope you enjoyed this video and making these discoveries with me. I am still experimenting with the way I want to tell these stories and how I like to showcase my artwork. You can find my artwork on my website and socials, and soon you will be able to see it live in Amsterdam at NDSM Views. Thank you, and for now, goodbye.